Alright guys, this is what I've done. I've used the MiniWax wood finish. I had a paintbrush in my mouth. The penetrating stain, it's red mahogany, number 225. It's by MiniWax, it's a wood finish. And what I do is I dip them into the can using my tweezers. And that beautiful Airfix yellow color is now looking muddy. But what I've done is I'm sealing in the oils and the plastic so they don't break. Now I've done this with all my Airfix figs, and then I paint them up. And the thing is you can actually do this and store them away and they'll be fine. It takes a couple of days for them to dry. I did this about a couple of days ago. And the only thing that I forgot to do was not put them on their backs. The courier says the soldiers themselves. So now what I'm doing is I'm wiping the excess off, because I put the things, when I put them down, you can see some of them on their face, some of them on their backs. Well, I got home from work, I wanted to get it done quickly. I didn't want the wife yelling at me for not going to bed. And so I went ahead and just did them very fast. And I paid for it, because, well, that's not too bad. That one's not too bad. Let's see if I can find one that, yeah, see? Right there. So now I just gotta spread that little ink blot all around, and it'll be another day for it to dry. But that's fine. Now what happens is two things. First, you seal in the juicy freshness of the Airfix fig itself. Secondly, Airfix figs are notorious for not holding the paint. So what this does, it gives you a base that your paint can actually hang on to. So it's going to adhere, your paint's going to adhere to the stain, and it's not going to chip away as easily as it does with just a primer. Because the primer will chip as well. Because it really doesn't have anything to adhere to with these figs. And then, you know, after a while they start to chip unless you varnish them. And this, you don't really have to varnish them if you don't want to, because this will hold your paint. Just remember, when you're placing these down, to place them face down that way, so that way it doesn't kind of just build up on the back and leave you a nasty ink spot. Yeah, it's a big, so I'm just spreading it around. It'll dry. That one's not too bad. That was faced. This one isn't too bad. And that's it. We are almost done. go. All right. Okay. All right, guys. So that's what we got. And we take it up a little bit. All right, and let's do this French artillery here. So we're gonna open it up. Okay, we got it open. And now I use this right here. And I'm gonna shake off the excess. Same thing here. Oh, the horsey fell off. Okay. Let's see what happened. I'm not going to play games with him. Basically what I'm going to do is this. And there. Try to stand him up a little bit so not on his back. Good Lord, really? Alright, let's put you up here then. You cross. There you go. Okay. Cannon. That actually was already painted, so. Pick it up by the base, dip them in. Base, deep. I did this when I was a kid because I get tired of the paint chipping off them, and I didn't like the varnish because the varnish was so thick that it would go in between the wheels of my cannon and the feet of the soldiers, or the legs, and it would create like a web. So one day in wood shop, I said, well, why don't I try this stain? If it protects the wood, why wouldn't it protect the plastic, right? So that's what I ended up doing, and I had pretty good success with it. The primer goes right over it, sticks to it very well, and then I can paint over the primer and not worry about it chipping so badly. Even though, you know, the bayonets and the rifles and the swords still chip because it's plastic and it bends. So they are going to chip if you're not careful. But off the legs and arms and body and backpacks and that kind of stuff, it doesn't. So that's it. Now we wait a couple of days for it to dry. And we are good to go. Yeah. So, that is what it is, right? Now, let's see what we got here. I am stripping an old Space Marine. Right here. I'm going to make him an Ultramarine. And he's got this nasty yellow on him. And let's see if I can actually get it off him. Oh, yeah, this is nasty. Wow, look at that crap. Isn't that gross? I love it. So what I'm using is, I'm using the Goof Off, which strips these pretty well. Only takes a few minutes, and it'll come right off. Do I have a can of the Goof Off around here somewhere? Did I throw it away? So I don't know. It's around here somewhere. I know it is. It's hiding from me. But hey. So what I do is I use the Goof Off to do the primary stripping, and then I use regular thinner as a secondary stripper. Did he say stripper? Yes, he did. Cool. Check it out. See? Yeah, nice. I had this weird thought go right through my brain about stripping all my old Marines and getting them down to bare metal and just leaving them like that. That's classic Games Workshop figures. Figure that one out, huh? Yeah, it's coming out all right. Let's do a little bit more goof. Might go to the Home Depot hardware store and get some more of that goof off. This stuff is really good. So. Alright. What else we got going on here? Doesn't take too long for it to set in. I think it takes longer for me to find the fig in the liquid than it does for it to strip off. Some good stuff there. Yes, it is. Look at that. Isn't that cool? Takes it right off. Well, this plastic base is gonna melt, and it is. You could feel it. Look at that's the plastic. Look at that. That's the plastic. That's the black plastic base coming right off. Nasty, nasty, nasty. I know I should be wearing gloves, but I'm not. Come on, boys.